Hello, and welcome to another quick cartography series. So, I am going to do a quick island again, a little bit different shaped, just something sort of simple. Doing the coastlines again, a little bit more jagged than last time. I'm thinking of keeping it rather in that oval shape, but with jagged coastlines, but also indenting to create kind of some gulfs and some natural bays. These are where your ships would uh, basically dock and keep harbor, and decided to do a little delta for the river. Just kind of made some sense. And then next up, I'm gonna do a quick little mountainscape here, where the river flows from. So just a standard triangle shaped mountains again. Kind of do them a little heavy on the one side to represent some shadowing. Nothing too fancy. Just some quick little mountains here. So just something give definition. A little too much on that one, I think, but that's part of the thing I like about some of these hand-drawn maps is you can see some imperfections, and that just makes it a little bit more unique and a little bit more, uh, I guess, for me, a little bit more special because it doesn't have to always be perfect. So just continue on with some of the mountains. I've always loved doing mountains anyway. For me, now I'm gonna do little crop of trees again, as last time. Do the cloud method. Add a little bit of shape to it so I can kind of get a little more dimension, a little more texture, and to do the little trunks at the side. I want to do them a little closer than I did last time. Uh, Looking at it from this distance, yeah, it looks a little tight. But, looking at it in real life, wasn't as tight really. Little definition to the treetops. And so next we're gonna go and do a few more mountains, little southern mountains, make it a whole chain. So this chain is going to extend basically the length of the island. So just kind of continue as I tell people, just keep it on, because that's what you gotta do when you're doing mountains, when you live in life, and kind of take it up to the coastlines, take it up to that natural harbor. I'm not sure geographically if that would have worked, but it's fantasy maps, so it is what it is. Do another little crop of trees, and we're gonna do a little something special for those in a minute. I got planned. Again, get our tree trunks. I typically do probably an eighth of an inch for tree trunks, nothing too special. And let's go ahead and split those crop trees so that makes a little more sense. A little bit of a river, along a river, and let's make a little bit of a delta here. I've done better deltas, but where the mouth of the river is. So for this one, do another little bit of trees, and then I'm gonna do a town. I'm gonna do towns next. So let's go with the trees first. I'm gonna do something special with the town. Somewhat special. Trees make this one a little bit bigger. May not be quite as inhabited of an island as others. So it has a little more trees. Maybe that's their industry is timber or logging. Who knows? So continue on with the trunks here. This is like I said in the previous video. This is the way I like to do my trees. I've always just liked it this way. For me, it just feels better. Feels like a little bit more definition. So for the town, I'm gonna put it right here at the delta. I think that's the best place for town. I'm just gonna put an oval, and you'll see why in a minute. Put one right there at the fort. I'm sorry, the fort, but like kind of at the split of the river. And so you could do dots for a town that says town, or you could do a little star for a town. I've seen maps with that. I've seen maps that have drawn like a house or houses for towns. Something so small is harder for me to do sometimes. But then, sometimes I've done these little blocks to represent a castle or a town for a town. Here I went with the dot. I think for something as small as it is perfect. And then later on, you can go back and name it. What I like to do is scan the maps and then use the computer to name them. Just because my handwriting, as you can see, is not as good as it should be. So I'm going to do some waves. So these are kind of like some breakers, hitting some of the focal points. I've seen So I'm gonna do it throughout the whole line of the island, the whole coastline. Mine just never seem to really come out that good. So what I like to do is just do kind of like the points of the island, as I call them, the points of the coastline. This is where the coast actually sticks out, or where it jots in. It almost looks like little vibration lines shaking, but when it all comes together, it doesn't look too bad. It looks pretty good for breakers, and I like to have those. It gives a sense of ocean, gives you a little bit deeper dimension to the art. You kind of just experiment the way you feel, what you think might work for you, and go from there. Finish that up. Next, I think I'm gonna keep going with the island chain. Let it go as far for the mountains. Kind of makes sense. The mountains go right directly to the river. I mean, excuse me, to the ocean. Let's put some islands in there. Islands, because that's what's going to be. And throw a couple mountains on here. Nothing too big, nothing too much, and that's pretty much it. That's my new island. So I might incorporate that in the story soon. Hope you enjoyed. Remember to subscribe. Thanks.